Hey what's up guys, it's your boy Dadscap and welcome to Market Pulse, your weekly deep dive into the CS2 economy. And now straight up, no time wasted, big changes to the player count. Oh yeah, instead of tracking the weekly average, we're now going to be tracking the last daily peak player count before each recap. And we'll be comparing it to the average peak of the last 7 days. This is a more hot metric, and by hot, I don't mean your mom. I mean that it's more current and more relevant to you guys since you probably don't give a damn about the weekly average. You just want to know if it's cool to play CS2 yet or not. And spoiler alert, it's not. The last daily peak is down almost 4% last week's average, indicating waning interest for players going into the weekend. The market cap seems to be on a very slow but steady recovery from its dip from its all-time high. This is the second green week in a row, but also the second week in a row that's shown overall growth below 1%. Now, some may say that this is actually good for the market, as a slower recovery tends to be more resilient to unforeseen market events compared to random huge spikes. But I'm greedy and I love money, so what can I say? The 301 index, aka, you know it, you love it, the liquid index, has shown subpar performance compared to the rest of the market. So while the trend is still positive, barely, it would seem that the growth this week was not concentrated in highly traded items, which could be a sign of above average speculative activity. When we take a look at the Broke Tards index, I said low tier, right? Yeah, I mean low tier index, but it's just flat. 0.05% isn't growth, it's stagnation, which honestly reinforces the trend that growth this week was fueled by speculators, aka gamblers, and not necessarily genuine player-based interest in new skins to play with. The mid-tiers index, while still below the overall market, is still above both the liquid and the low-tier index. Quite significantly for the former actually. I'm not going to repeat myself, you know what this means, it smells of gamba. And the high-tier index seems to confirm our theory that it is indeed very expensive, highly speculative and hype-driven items that have carried the market this week. This is more than double the rate of growth of the overall market cap and way past the other indexes in comparison. And oh geez Louise, yes! It does seem like both knives and gloves have had a spectacular performance this week, with the knives index growing by 3.2% and the gloves index growing by 4.5%. Knives may have felt left out by the fact gloves went to the moon last week and decided to join in on the fun, but what's more surprising is the fact that gloves not only maintained their rate of growth, they even slightly overperformed compared to last week, a 0.16% overperformance in fact. And yeah, obviously this isn't a lot, but considering how steep the rise was, I'm surprised and honestly slightly concerned that the fall didn't come as fast. As for the extra cosmetics, agents remain pretty flat at 0.23% and charms are beginning to make a comeback, showing almost 2% of growth this week. As charms are only available through the armory, this could be a sign that armory skins have officially hit a floor and won't be getting any cheaper. Unless the whole market goes down, obviously. And finally, for the cases index, the only case category that has shown positive return are the 2016 to 2019 cases, which, hey no Sherlock, these cases hold the best looking knives, aka chroma knives, and the most expensive gloves in the game, so no wonder the whole group is up. The pre-2016 and 2020 to 2022 cases are down bad in comparison. The market pulse this week is smoking hot. It may just be negative Nancy speaking, but the market sounds like a teapot right now. Gloves are up big and they're staying up for some reason, which isn't really what you expect. I don't want to say manipulation, but hey, maybe we should give China a call. But yeah, this reeks of speculation and money spent to make a quick buck. So yeah, I think we may be due for another correction, guys. Welcome to Case Crackdown, where we break down the happenings in the case market over the past week. This week, 9.7 million cases were opened, a surprising increase from last week's already high but hellish number. Ooh. If you take a look at the case categories, what happened is not hard to explain. Purchasable cases are up, close to 3% in fact, while active cases are down. Rare cases and discontinued cases are also slightly down, but nowhere near as down as active cases, who've just lost over 2% in market share to purchasable cases, if we can call that market share. The culprit is, obviously, the brand new Fever case, who actually saw an increase in its openings number, up 72% its weekly average, albeit it's barely got any history, but, and this is more concrete, up 2% from 7 days ago, showing that interest in the case has maintained throughout the week, having been opened almost 2 million times this week alone. On the other hand, the Revolution case, our undefeated #1 active case, is having a tough one, showing a decrease in its openings numbers weekly average of close to 10% and down over 35% from 7 days ago. It's okay buddy, you'll make it, I think. Moving on to the #1 rare drop, the Danger Zone case. It's funny, it seems like there's a new case taking this spot every week, up 68% its weekly average, wow, and 33.3% from 7 days ago, congratulations. I wish I could explain why the sudden interest in the case, but sadly I have no idea. The most liquid case was the GOAT, the fracture case, with an ever-increasing number of listings on the market, significantly fewer openings, and a depressing price trend. Moving on to the case with the most potential, and this week was the Spectrum 2 case. With an average, steady growth of 5% for the past 30 days, this case is showing nice potential. But is it true potential when you've got Doppler knives to carry you? Is it true growth, or just the latest casualty of the fever case's fever? You get it? Doppler. The Spectrum 2 case has Doppler knives. So did the fever case's release influence the community's perception of the true value of the crash out of the week was, oh, what a coincidence, it was the fever case, which dropped over 30% since 7 days ago, losing 20 cents in value. But even your mom could have called this one, so let's move on to Dadscap's pick of the week. And listen, with the market seemingly going a little cray-cray, I must say that this is a cautious pick. Having said that, I've decided to go with the Prisma 2 case for 3 main reasons. 1, the community loves Dopplers, and I don't see that changing in the near future. 2, it's cheap as hell. This is literally a rare case that can drop sapphires and rubies, and it only costs $1.32, like bruh. And 3, its price dropped almost 4% since last week, which means the community is not paying attention to it. Which also means that now's a good time to get it at a discount compared to its price 1 year from now. Buy and forget, that's how you win at this game. And I don't mean CS2, I fucking suck. Hey you, yes you. If you're enjoying the recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell first to stay informed of the weekly happenings of the CS2 market. Welcome to Winners and Losers. This week's winners were the Spectrum 2 case for its knives, the Clutch case because it's cheap and has gloves, and surprisingly, the Gallery case, which adds weight to the theory that armory skins have finally hit the floor and are ready for a rebound, at least hopefully for investors. The losers were the Fever case because it's about damn time, but also the Kilowatt case and the Operation Wildfire case. Interesting. Now the Kilowatt case has been a loser 2 weeks in a row, which is uncommon even for an active case, and Wildfire is a bit of a random case. Since those cases hold abominations like the Kirky and the Bowie knife, this may be an indication that big, bulky, and let's be honest, ugly knives aren't really trendy in this market environment. Moving on to the play skins, well, it's nice to see 3 different weapons and 3 different skins in this segment. My best guess is that, while you can't really see it in the graph for the Emperor, but these 3 skins have suffered pretty significant downtrends over the last couple of weeks or months, especially the Vaporwave, goddamn, and the prices are finally starting to correct towards their true value. As for the losers, well, it would seem that the Gallery case / armory uptrend theory is not universal, with some skins continuing their slide towards hell. While the AK-47 Outsiders is the most significant, it's worth noting the Op Krakow has not had a single green week since the Russian money launderers went ham on the armory. That skin has been going down so much, Jesus Christ, I for real wouldn't be surprised to see it like at $0 on the market with no buyers. What the hell is going on? Moving on to the knives winners, honestly, it's not that deep. Expensive knives continue to go up, next. The losers, ugly knives go down, next. And finally, for the gloves winners, well, it's interesting to see that unlike last week, Jesus, the winners aren't actually OG gloves from the Glove and Hydra cases. It seems like investors, or rather speculators, or in common parlance, gamblers, have started throwing money at more recent gloves, despite the fact that these gloves can be found in active cases, meaning that it doesn't make any sense to buy them right now for investing purposes. So yeah, it seems like a bunch of people wanted to take advantage of whatever the fuck was happening to the prices of OG gloves, and so they went and bought cheaper gloves, hoping bigger regards would follow them. I suggest you guys buckle up because a bunch of dumbasses are about to lose a lot of money. Dude, I don't even care about the Diamondback and the fight is crashed to hell, bro. Look at these bottom gloves. What the fuck are these yee-ass gloves? What the fuck? These are real. People pay money for these? Like, I know they're Battles card, but holy shit. Bro, what in the actual fuck? Ashamed to be seen with these in my inventory, I swear. No cap. Welcome to ROI Radar, where we're looking for a money printer hidden in the armory or the in-game store. Starting off with the boardroom capsule and its odds of profit of 19%, its unboxing ROI of 85%, and its expected value of $85. Ooh la la. Of 85 cents, so a 15 cents loss. The best item is obviously the Infinite Diamond Hollow at $5.33. Moving on to the second best capsule, and it's the Infu capsule, with odds of profit of 27%, an unboxing ROI of 86%, and an expected value of 86 cents, so a 14 cents loss. Best item is the Unicorn Hollow at $3.47. And finally, the best capsule in the in-game store is the Team Rules capsule, wow, a new one, with the odds of profit of 36%, an unboxing ROI of 91%, and an expected value of 91 cents, so a 9 cents loss, not that bad. The best item is the Pro Foil at $5.25. Moving on to the armory, the third best collection is the Missing Link Charms with an odds of profit of 12%, an unboxing ROI of 75%, and an expected value of 91 cents, so a 29 cents loss. The best item is the Hot Howl at $47.41. Next is the Sport and Field collection with an odds of profit of 5%, an unboxing ROI of 80%, and an expected value of $1.28, so a 32 cents loss. A bigger loss than the charms, I must say. The best item is the M41S Fade at $522. Bro, I think I'm seeing shit. Elemental Craft collection with an odds of profit of 20%, an unboxing ROI of 106%, an expected value of 43 cents, a 3 cents gain? What? Oh, and the best item is the Ruby Rave at $12.20. Oh, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.